Hello and welcome to Brock's Basement. This is my comic book pull list for the week of April 4th, 5th is the Wednesday, 4th is the Tuesday for DC releases. So let's dive right in. One, because I'm tired. Two, we just recorded the Comics Conspiracy podcast, and it's getting pretty late on Tuesday night, and I need to go to bed. So let's get right into it. First up, we have The Adventures of Superman John Kent. Sorry. Issue number 2. I read the first issue. It was interesting, so I'm curious to see where it goes. But this is part of the dawn of DC stuff that has been going on, and the first one was interesting. So we'll see where the rest of it takes us. Next up, we have Batman number 134, Chip Zdarsky. I have not even touched Chip Zdarsky's run on Batman, so I couldn't tell you what's going on. I haven't heard any bad things, so just keep going with it. Next up, we have Batman and the Joker, the Deadly Duo. This is issue 6. Love the Harley Quinn on there. It's just awesome. So, I'm assuming that's Harley Quinn. But yeah, cannot wait to dive in. It's been a decent book. I've read a few issues. And really, really solid stuff. Next up is Fables number 158. For those of you who don't know, Fables is a long-running series that supposedly ended, but it's back. But I've been reading it, and it's not too bad. But again, I think Fables did suffer a lot towards the end, especially with the kind of superhero storyline that they were doing. But we'll see. Next up is Flash, the 1 Minute War finale. I haven't even read it, so I don't know yet. Yay! That's a lot happening. Next up, we have Icon versus Hardware number 2. I think I read the first one. I've read a whole bunch of the Milestone stuff. It's really, really good, but I've been purging a lot of it just because I need space and all that stuff, and just get the stuff out there. But I've been enjoying the Milestone stuff, and I do recommend it if you are wanting to check that out. Next up is Joker, the Man Who Stopped Laughing number 7, and yes, that's Manhunter down there. That he is, I don't know, about to kill or some shit. Who knows? But I love Manhunter. Manhunter's great. If you have not checked out the Manhunter series, oh God, I'm blanking on who wrote it. But yeah, there's like 5. It's like so. It was a decent amount of issues. It was like 5 trades. Really, really solid stuff. Really good. Highly recommend checking that out. Next up is a Tom King book, but it's an Image book, and that's Love Everlasting. Love Everlasting has just been a really great, fun ride of this kind of in-depth romance kind of comic book thing, but mixed with, kind of this just really modern feel. And I would highly, highly recommend it to anyone who's curious. And it's definitely something that I've been enjoying. Next up is Poison Ivy number 11, which won some, Poison Ivy won some, I think GLAAD awards or some. They won some awards for covers and all that stuff. Jessica Fawn does an amazing job on it. The book is fantastic. I highly recommend it. I'm like 3 issues behind, but I'll probably just plow through all of those all at once. Poison Ivy is just really, really good. Julie Wilson's done a fantastic job on the story, and yeah, awesome. Next up is Saga number 63. Saga's great, but with the weird schedule and then it going on break and coming back, who knows. Next up is Second Coming Trinity. This is the 3rd installment from Mark Russell in the Second Coming books. I have not finished the second one. I can't remember if it was called something different, but Mark Russell's amazing, great stuff. He's actually has a Kickstarter going on right now for a cartoon book that he drew himself. So I backed that Kickstarter today. It went live today. You should check it out. I will attempt to leave a link in the description below for that Kickstarter. But I do recommend checking out. It's really, really, he's a really, really great writer, and I can't wait to dive into his crazy, simple cartoon stuff. Next up, we have another Chip Zdarsky, and that's Stillwater number 18. I'm a handful behind on the Stillwaters. Well, a fair amount behind on the Stillwaters. It's a good series. We'll see how I like it, but yeah. Next up is Walking Dead number 60. I am 60 issues behind. 60. I haven't even opened them. Good times. I'll eventually get to the Walking Dead ones. I finished The Walking Dead. I enjoyed The Walking Dead. I read the The other one's in trade, and it's kind of like the color versions I just haven't gotten into yet, and I want to, but who knows. And we got our... we were shorted this book a few weeks ago, and that was Wonder Woman 797. The copies came in, so I grabbed it, and I've already actually read it because it's a Lazarus Planet tie-in, and I've been trying to stay current with the Lazarus Planet stuff, even though it's really not the best, but what can you do? So that was just the comics I got this week, the stuff that I'm reading, all that stuff. Next up is the variant covers. There's a bunch of variant covers for a couple titles, but and some really memorable ones. Joe Quesada variant for 134 on Batman. Picked that one up. I picked up the Art Germ Punchline variant for Batman 134. There's a foil variant that's like a super high incentive, but, you know, I'm good with this one. Frank Cho did the 1 in 25 for 134, so I snagged that one up. Really amazing line drawing from Frank Cho there. Give me 1 second. I gotta scoot over my piles. But this is the variant that everybody should be waiting for. And that is the amazing April Fool's issue of Batman 134 with a variant cover by none other than Tom King, the master himself. His wonderful stick figure I Am Sorry variant, or April's Fool Day variant. Batman, mwah. If your store did not get enough copies of these, they're missing out. It's really, really great. He did this. It's fun. Twitter's been great all day with Tom just being like, no, I hate these. These are the worst. But yeah, if you actually didn't get a chance to get them because your shop didn't order properly, go to comicsconspiracy.biz. We have a fair amount of this one as well as the one that's coming up for you to purchase. And we do mail order. So I'm the one that will ship it out to you. Next up, I did grab the Fables variants this is for 158. I've just been grabbing them because it's Fables, and yeah. Here it is. The Joker, the Man Who Stopped Laughing, number 7, the Tom King variant. Look at that thing. It's so beautiful. Oh, so beautiful. I mean, this would be my top variant. Maybe it will be. We'll see. But yeah. Tom King, amazing I'm Sorry variants. Again, go to comicsconspiracy.biz if your shop did not order enough. I think we have a limit per 2 per person, but, you know, if you're ordering one, yeah. I did grab the variant for Love Everlasting issue 6, which I forgot to mention. It was Love Everlasting issue 6. Grab that one up there. And then, of course, I grabbed some Poison Ivy variants. This is the Seb McKinnon variant for number 11, which is amazing. That's just fantastic. Like, beautiful variant there. And then the Amy Reeder one for Poison Ivy 11. And that's it for the variants and the actual single issue comic books. I did pick up some graphic novels this week. Batman: The Doom That Came to Gotham trade paperback came out. I've never actually read it. These are actually pretty pricey single issues, and so I have not yet been able to read it. But they have a nice new collected because it's, you know, an animated movie original now. So cannot wait to dive into this because I've heard nothing but good things. The next up is the Sandman Universe Nightmare Country. This is written by James Tynion IV. And it's supposed to have a mini print of the Jenny Friesen death in here. This is the only reason I got this. And I'm going to open it right now on here. Because that's what I'm going to do. This is the entertainment I give you. Is me getting so much joy out of opening this up just for a mini print. All right. Cover's off. There it is in all its beauty. Let's see. Oh. All right. Nothing. It's not in there. Maybe it's in the back. Oh, there it is. Look at. It's a thing of beauty. Look at that. Oh. So, for those of you that don't know, Nightmare Country came out, and this print was the one in like 100 or 200 variant for Nightmare Country, and it was like, come on, why would you do that? So, I will most likely get this, hopefully one day, maybe signed by Jenny Friesen. But for the most part, I will most likely have this framed and put up in my house. As for the Nightmare Country was fine. I enjoyed it for what it was. James did a fine job on it. It's not one of my favorite stories. But again, it was one of the ones that was there. Yeah, it was the 1 in 100 variant. So, yeah. But, yeah. Very upsetting. But, that came out today. The soft cover also came out at the same time, which was a little odd. But, hey. I got this. Oh, hold on. I need to do this real quick. I'm going to reach back here. This is awesome. Oh, yeah. Check out my piles of stuff that I hide. Oh, look at that. They're all gone. Got to put it in a bag and board. Until I get a nice frame for this bad boy and put it up in my house, got to keep it in a bag and a board. All right, so let's set that up right there. Okay, and then I finally got the last one. I got Batman Spawn, the deluxe edition. So they came out with this deluxe edition that has Batman Spawn #1, as well as Batman Spawn War Devil and Spawn Batman #1. So it has all three of them printed here in this nice oversized hardcover. It's one of the fun crossovers that I liked when I was younger, and the new one was, not too bad, so I decided to snag that up as well. I did grab a book this week because for some reason books come in better condition from Diamond than they do from other places. So I picked up the Star Wars High Republic Cataclysm by Lydia Kang. This is continuing in the Star Wars High Republic universe. Wonderful, nice slit right there from whatever. But yeah, I'm behind on all my Star Wars books just because they release so many of them. But I've been trying to get them as I can. So yeah. That's pretty much it for this week. I did have a coworker at my day job who has a 3D printer and is obsessed with 3D printing. Give me a little something today, and they gave me this. Now, if you can't tell, this is just a kind of 3D printed thing, but it's a curved piece. But what's really interesting about it is if you backlight it. Hold on, let me see if I can get the. If you backlight it, let me back up. There's a picture in it. And this one is of the Avengers. That light is super direct, man. Look at that. But yeah, so if you backlight this nicely, it's a lithograph, which I thought was really cool. And so yeah, so I'm going to have to find a place to display this. Maybe I'll put it up in my background and put a light behind it for you guys. Huh? Yeah. That's what another thing I got to do is I got to reorganize my bookshelves. I'm going to get some stuff going there. But that's it. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments down in the comment section below. I'm still getting back into the habit, and I have not checked the comments. I shut notifications off in my life, and yes, I've been over this before. So I'll eventually get to it. Please be patient. But yeah, you can listen to me on the Comics Conspiracy podcast. I think we just finished episode 582. Where we talk a fair amount about Marvel's ousting of a certain person, and we go through some rapid fire news stories, and a couple of the hosts, Kevin and Lane, talk about their experiences at WonderCon. So you can check that out. Those are linked in the description below for the website, comicsconspiracypodcast.com, and that's where you can check us out, or wherever you get your podcasts from. You can follow me on Twitter. My handle's @BrockSager. You can help me and my fellow conspirators out through Patreon at www.patreon.com/comicsconspiracy. For as little as $1 a month, you help with hosting fees and getting product and all that fun stuff. So thank you to all our backers. It is much appreciated. There is a higher tier, so you can get a shout out on the podcast. But yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The day was okay. Got retweeted by Tom King. Yeah, it was pretty fun. But yeah, no, check out Tom's Twitter feed. It's hilarious with his variants this week. But yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys next week. I'm tired. I'm so tired.